Listen, if you got charge-offs, collections, things that are on your report to the tune of some type of public record, this is becoming my favorite code to use when it comes to dispute. Now, there are tons of different strategies, tons of different ways. The main thing you want to do is something that's effective, whether you're disputing factually or you can hold them accountable from a code violation standpoint, and that puts you in a position to where you're leveraging the FCRA. Sometimes it's a place to use just common language, but another time you might want to use some of the codes because they violated your rights and you can call it out. This is one of my favorite ones, and I really want you to test this out, and I'm gonna give you some homework. I'm not just gonna give it to you straight up. I want to give it to you in a way that you can look it up and then include it in your letter that you may send out, or if you have clients, try it out with them as well. And a lot of people don't talk about this one. I discovered this by doing some other research, and I was like, hold on, this applies to a lot of different accounts. And speaking of favorites, I'm in one of my favorite places in the world right now, and it's not too far from where I reside, but tons of nature. And I got one of my favorite persons in the world with me, my baby girl. She getting a little fussy because she want to move around. So that's how you know this is important. Now I'm gonna pause it possibly, just in case you need a little something. But this is what you got to understand. When it comes to disputing items on your report, you want to find things that prove that information has been used without your consent. And that's not hard to, verify, especially when it comes to things like charge-offs, things like collections. Because when it comes to a collection being put on your report, many times it's from a different company that you do not have a clue who it is. You're not familiar with it. You didn't go into an agreement with them. So that's proof that something about your data was utilized beyond your consent. Now, we live in a world where it's a ton of data breaches taking place. A ton, all over the place. In the world where data is so valuable, you have to treat your data as valuable, and when you see that your data has been tampered with, you got to hold them accountable. And this strategy allows you to do that. There are data breaches all over the place, from TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, Facebook, Visa, MasterCard, like you name it, it's a data breach happening. And this right here helps with that. And the code that I'm referring to, that I want you to do your own research on, that I've used to get different things deleted, is known as informed use. I showed it before, but look up informed use. Informed use. INFORMED use. Look that up. I got to give you some homework. That'll make me, a better teacher by giving you some homework. Because if you look it up and discover it for yourself, it puts you in a position of power that cannot be taken from you. But what this does is talk about how certain entities use your information without you being informed. So if information was distributed and it ended up in the hands of other people, other entities, other businesses, other companies, then it ties directly into the informed use code. I got a client, two of the biggest collections he was wanting to get deleted got deleted. And when I looked at the reason for that dispute, it was informed use. Now he had a few others. One didn't get deleted, but I didn't use informed use as that reason. It was another thing that I noticed about that one that was just an error or inaccuracy. And it's still there right now, but the informed use sealed the deal. And the key to that is this. It was effective on all three bureaus, because sometimes Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, they operate differently. So it might be something that gets deleted with Experian that doesn't get deleted with the other two, and vice versa. This one got deleted on all three. And this is not the first time. I've used informed use time and time again. But this one was so powerful just due to the fact that it was directly with the creditor, not a collection agency. And this is applicable, like I said, to a charge-off, collections. Let's just stick to that. You can use it for other things. And as you look up the use case or what informed use is, then you'll be able to determine what else it may be able to be applied to. But that's a powerful place to be when you understand certain codes. You line it up with what's going on with your profile, and then you know exactly what code you can use to your advantage. So I want you to test that out for yourself. And if you want access to my community where we show you how to have more cash flow, hit all your credit goals, and get access to the letters that can help you utilize that code amongst others, then join the private community. The link will be available down below. But I want you to try that out. There's a couple others that I like as well, but that informed use is nothing to play with. And then, and hopefully if you know you are paying attention to the order of operation, what this does is position you so that if you had to file a lawsuit, you could. If you had to file a lawsuit, you could. That's very key, because you don't want to strip yourself of the right to be able to apply that next level of pressure. So if you've already shown, hey, did you have informed use when it came to this particular account, and they can't prove it, or they know that they, you know, violated your rights or breached your data in some way, shape, form, fashion, this positions you to have a lawsuit based on how you postured the code, not making anything up, using the FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. It's a certain way that they got to go about reporting, and if they don't report it in that way, then that's grounds for removal. And in some cases, it's grounds for a violation, and if that violation is not addressed, then it's grounds for a lawsuit. And then I got a team of people as well on the lawsuit side. If it's certain FCRA violations and it's a top 10, then you may be entitled to up to $2,500. Up to $2,500 just off some errors and some mistakes and things of that nature that are on your profile. So errors and mistakes and them dropping the ball in certain areas can work out to your benefit. It may be, you know, something that pisses you off at first, but in the long run, it can help you. So informed use, look that up, test that out. Let me know what you find. Come back to this video if you test it out and it works for you. And if you want access to all of the things that I have available to you and some, link below. Salute.